Welcome back to the table. It's been 3 days since my last confession, so we're going to get started here on Arydia. Um, there were some discussions about whether I like this game on Facebook. There's nothing more to say than I've already said. I do have some refinements on why this game is not wowing me or making me, eager to play again. Because I think last time I wasn't able to put it in words because I was like, I don't know. Um, I won't bore you too much because let's get into the playthrough. But it has to do with a question somebody asked, and that was, what's the replayability of this? And I honestly would like your thoughts so far. Replayability in my mind is that this game has very little replayability in terms of the story, the plot, the theme. The major replayability elements are I have different character mixes I could use. There's different races I can use. There's different classes I could use. The skill tree, I'm not going to be able to unlock all of these skills, so I'm going along the bottom this time. I could be going along the top next time. Like, there's stuff like that that makes the replayability there. But it all depends on what it is that you're looking for in terms of replayability, because um, for some people that's not enough. I would say for me, it's not enough. Um, so one thing I will compare this to, if you've ever played Gloomhaven, Gloomhaven replayability versus this is on par. So what is it about Gloomhaven that would make you want to play that again? Well, I want to try different characters, okay? And then maybe some of the events would unlock in a different order. But there are spots in Gloomhaven where you can go left versus right. Usually, it was more of a I'm going to be a hero type party versus I'm going to be a greedy party, right? I'm not going to say evil, it was more greedy. So there was a left versus right mechanic in Gloomhaven, but they still took you to the same place. You just might have different series of missions in the middle. I don't even think we have that in this. So far, everybody's going the same path, same direction, but you're using different characters, races, skills, so it makes the combat feel different. It makes those things feel different. And that might be worth it, because that's the same thing that Gloomhaven gave you, too. You were the rat character, the first time, but now you want to be the one that throws obstacles around. I'm forgetting the name of all the characters in that game. But I definitely see that. And I don't want to say the replayability is zero, but from a story perspective, so far, it has been. And unless I'm wrong, because I have been, skipping multiple days between playthroughs here, I don't get the feeling that we had any NPCs or interactions so far where I went left and I'm like sitting here thinking, man, what would have happened if we would have gone right instead? So far, it's been very linear. That's the word I was looking for, linear. But the characters and the skills, I do think there's a lot that could change. And yes, you could find some replayability there. Okay, let's get going. All right, we are at the exile camp, and there's a lot to do. I'm pretty convinced that the job we didn't take is here. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So we're going to avoid this, and we're going to head up to the bandit camp and maybe look for the, because I believe there's a town here, that East Gate. So I think my first thing I want to do is go here and then here, discover the town and what that has to offer. Largely because if we go to the bandits and we need to rest, this could be a shorter walk than having to go all the way back this way. So it'd be nice to have your rest spots figured out, and then we're going to take on the bandits. And why am I delaying so much with the bandits? I don't know. I just always fear that I don't want to go into an encounter unless I'm ready. So first things first, we're going to do a road, and here we go. We got luck of the road. Choose one. Refill one marker on a knapsack. We're full. Nothing to do there. Refresh the morale travel token. It's full. So nothing to do there. Or gain $1. Then after choosing, I think that, just discard this card. You don't have to draw again because you're lucky. That was, remember we rolled the natural 20? That was the card we added to the deck. That's pretty awesome. I like that. And so we finally triggered that while we were traveling, and we gained a buck for it. I'm cool with that. All right, so now we're going to go along the road again. And here, so we see the dark wings, but we're not down here. And then we're going to draw again. And the road is going to make us have to spend an energy. And since we're exploring, we can't let the token flip over, because you can't explore if that token's flipped over. So everybody's losing 1 energy. And if there's any weakness my party has right now, it's that. Because when we leveled up the first time, we went up the mana. When we went up the second time, we went up the hit points. So now we finally have enough hit points we could take a few hits. But the stamina is still the thing that's almost like when we started the game. So we need to spend one of our level ups to give us sort of some stamina points. That way we at least have breathing room. Okay, let's go road again. And once again, we have to pay another energy. And currently, the ranger is out, the thief is down to 1, the mage is out, and the cleric is out. We have 3 people out of energy. That is not good. So now we're going to try to do the road again. And this time around, we got lucky. The road's up here. So let's go ahead and pop this. And it is Exile's Road. It has a tree symbol, which I'm assuming means something at some point. But that just says B1, so you know where it goes. There's nothing special about this. I am going to... Oh, I'm sorry, the tree symbol, because if you go that way, you're going through the forest. I see. So if we're heading towards the bandit camp, we'd have to go through the forest. And then I'm going to do one more road to go here. And we passed this way easily. Very good. That would have been a problem because we were out of energy. And there it is, City of Eastgate. So it's point of interest 7, and then I think that says long 14. Really hard to read in my lighting situation. It's dark text on a dark background, not good for the eyes. Okay, so I got to get out long 14 and then point of interest 7. If anything, we're resting because I'm out of energy with all my guys. And then I will get out long 14, which is, oh my gosh, there's a lot going on with this one. And then point of interest, what did it say? Point of interest 7. Let's do the point of interest first. Just outside the city of Eastgate is a small market, not nearly as well stocked as the city itself. Prices here seem a little higher. So we're going to add job 2 to the job deck. Give me a second while I find job 2. Job 2 is a singing reeds thing. I don't think we found the singing reeds. There's the sword that we found. No singing reeds yet, but we'll add it to the job list. No problem. And then we look at our town actions. Select a job from the job deck so we can pay a buck to do our rest that we were talking about. Fill potions. We can repair 9, which is pretty decent. Sell items, purchase stock. Oh, and then there's going to be 2 things here that are going to be worth $4 each. So we get to add 2 items to this, and it comes from here. The same place you can sometimes get free items from. So I'm going to roll for the first one. I rolled a 2. So the first of the 2 items is a cracked axe. I don't even know if anybody cares about that one. And then the other one, I rolled a 3. The next item is a gnarled whip, which is interesting. It attacks somebody catty corner. So those are two weapons. The whip uses charisma, so this would be a bard item, right? Because it uses charisma for the attack. And then this one uses endurance. It is a hand-to-hand weapon that uses endurance, which I find interesting. Like it could be used instead of the hunting knife for the ranger. Yeah, it's interesting to have an axe that uses endurance, and it's got a, basically you can see the slash. You know, you hit the body from the right, and you're slashing from right to left. Okay, so both of these items are on sale per that town, and the whip we're probably never going to buy. The axe, I'm not even sure I want to buy the axe, to be honest with you. Although it would pair better with the bow. Here's our situation. Right now, you can see I took Dex 3, right? Because the ranger needs dexterity for the hand-to-hand, but it needs endurance for the range attack. Then the rogue uses dexterity and charisma right now. So the whole idea here is okay, I got two skill sets that I need to, or two attributes that I need to raise. If I got the axe and replace this with that axe, then now I can use endurance for both of my weapons, and then I can just focus and not be so, not have to go back and forth. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I just, we talked about this, I think, in the last video. The idea of only leveling up one thing every time is a bad idea, because right now the strength bonus is 0, but if I level up one more time, and I'm here, and I take strength, I go from 0 all the way to 4. Like, I get 4 bumps all in one level up. Like, that's pretty powerful. Like, you almost want to take some of these other ones, even if they're not your primary attribute, just because it's such a huge bump that if you ever needed it, it's there. And even like here, I should have taken endurance, but I took the dexterity because I jumped all the way to a 3, and this is going to jump from a 2 to a 4 the next time. So it's not like, I mean, yeah, you go for one level where it's not quite as high as it could be, but then the next time you get double, it levels up as if you never stopped. It's the interesting mechanic about the level up. I'm not sure I like that mechanic. I brought that up several times, but anyways, that axe is an interesting one. It costs $4 if I want to buy it. I do have a lot of money right now. I just don't know. I still don't know if that's what I want to buy. And I guess it depends on what kind of items can I get later. Because the thing is if I pay $4 for that thing, and then I come across a better item some other way, I'm going to be really upset with myself. I guess I could always come back and sell it again. I know that the box for the ranger had, basically it has an upgraded bow and an upgraded knife. The knife is still going to be dexterity based. The bow is still going to be endurance. The thing that this axe gets you is you have an endurance based weapon that your character can just rely on one skill to get the job done. And there is an appeal to that. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to buy it. And my answer is I want to buy it. I do think it's a better weapon than the dagger. Like, if this said that this was a two-handed weapon or something, then that would be a different story. But I don't see anything on here. See, and I'm only going to be able to sell it for $1. See that up here? So it's a one-handed weapon. It is, well, it's equivalent to the... Here, let me grab the knife. The attack the attack direction is different, and that's hard to like predict, like which one's better, right? Do I want the diagonal or the horizontal, right? I can't like, it all depends on what enemy you are and where the critical points are. I think maybe if you wanted to really think through the characters here, if this character has a horizontal attack, you don't want your other characters to also have a horizontal attack, because if all your characters have the same motion, that's not good. And I think we have a issue like that, because like a couple of ours is like top down. But the thing is they're both the same in terms of I got to roll a 2 to get a hit, and then I got to roll a 12 to get my next hit. This one, of course, adds the 20 or better. But see, this banks on the idea that you're going to have a huge bonus to your die roll and get over 20. Which is all the more reason why the endurance thing is even better. Because now you can focus your endurance, and it benefits both the bow and this. They both attack adjacent. And beyond that, I could sell this for $1. And by doing so, that'll at least get me... That'll get me... that means this only costs $3. So I'll do it. I'm going to sell this for $1 and then pay $3 for that. And we'll give it to our ranger. Now, I have a bag here. This is all the starting skills we didn't take. So you can see the bard is in there. There's some skills for the bard. There's the, like the Malika, all the different names we didn't choose for our characters. Anything that was for a starting character, I'm throwing in there. Well, actually, I have the box. I can throw it in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw it in the box, because we already bought something from the ranger. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this is like that forager skill. These are skills that you get with your races. So if you would have chosen the elf race, right, you would have gotten the forager skill. So this bag is more to like the starting character things, not the class. So my apologies. I am not going to mix. Can't cross the streams. That's a Ghostbuster rule. All right. Okay, with all that analysis paralysis, I almost forgot to pay the money. So here we go. We're going to spend 3. And also, I have a skill with at the City of Eastgate. I am to pay 5 to get this Ledgermancy unlocked. And then what that does is I can pay a cube as a ledger. And in case you're forgetting, we have a ledger already here, a practice ledger, which what it does is it restores mana. So if I spend this, I gain 1 mana. So basically I get another cube for my ledger skill, so I have another mana point. And it's free, and it refreshes with an overnight rest. So that skill is mastered. And I'm doing all this off camera, my apologies. Alright, so we have that there, and then over here we have both of the skills for the mage are mastered. And that's right, Andrew, a viewer, pointed out that the mage had a skill. Which one was it? Oh yeah. When I leveled up, I forgot to grab a new skill for the mage. So I grabbed this skill, elixirs, while adjacent to NPC 11 in Fellsworn Village, pay 1 and exceed at an int 12. And so I had done that, and then I now have these 3 elixirs that I can use. And so in case you're confused, when I leveled up, I forgot to take a skill, because you can see everybody has 2 skills now. With the mage, I got so excited I forgot to grab a new skill. So what I did off camera between videos is I picked this skill, the elixir skill, and the skill set that I'm gunning for, as you can see, I'm going for this fireball spell. And in order to get this one, I have to unlock this, this, and this. So this one was unlocked initially. Then I also unlocked this one. That's the Ledgermancy and the elixirs. So I did both of those, and then obviously I'll have to do this one next. But the elixir skill, all I had to do was pay an energy, roll a die, and get an intelligence 12 check, and that automatically upgraded that skill. So I did that all because remember, we rested in the exile camp, and so we're fine. And so here you could see, after an adjacent exile rolls, this costs money to replace, by the way, but you can boost strength and endurance, or let them re-roll a strength and endurance roll, an intelligence wisdom roll, or a charisma dexterity roll. I have 3 different cubes for the 3 different functions. So as long as the mage is next to you, because you have to be adjacent, the mage can help you re-roll a die if you have bad luck. And that is definitely a thing in this game. Okay, enough of all that. Let's get into the town. We have ourselves... As you approach the city, you see the drawbridge is up and the gates are closed. It looks like there's a small market to the south, outside the walls. A halfling is here, skipping rocks on the moat. So we got this, so that's the Hex AI, A1 I mean, that's where we came in. So we're right here, next to this location. And then there's an NPC 13, and there's absolutely nothing else on this map. I don't know if I'm, yeah. Okay, so, let me get out NPC 13. Oh, I just got a shipping notice. Chip Theory Games, the Elder Scrolls game, is arriving at my house today. I had no notification that my game shipped or anything until just now. And it's arriving today. It's not even like we just shipped it. I'm getting the notification that it's arriving today. So it is currently, whoops. Hey there, I ended up getting a phone call, and my camera is my phone, so that disrupts the video recording. So my apologies there. I had to pause. I think I was in the middle of telling you that Elder Scrolls from Chip Theory, typically our packages arrive. It has been 2 hours. I was on the phone for 2 full hours. So that was 2 hours ago I was telling you that. I was going to tell you that I'm 5 hours away from receiving the package. Now I'm 3 hours away. But I would still like to finish this and get as far as I can into this campaign before I allow myself to succumb to the new shinies. I think it's no secret or surprise to you that I am running out of a little bit of steam with my excitement about this game. So am I going to finish the campaign? Am I not going to finish? I mean, I want to. I paid money for a game. I want to play it. I don't hate it, so I want to play it for that reason too. So let's just keep giving it a go. I was just excited because I'm getting a new game. I mean, why not? It's not like I don't have any at all. I have plenty. It's one of those addictions. But, so we're here, and we're going to talk to this person, so let's get that done. So we got a halfling girl. She has a prissy demeanor. You're wearing an exile's pin. I'm afraid the drawbridge won't come down for anyone but citizens, so you're out of luck. And if the rumors are true, I wouldn't open the gates for no one either. So we're going to ask about the rumors and then the drawbridge. So the rumors, I've heard there's monsters called Kiros near the grasslands. My dad could kill one, I bet. And then Scurvy Pete said his brother saw one flying. Pete's brother was out of the grasslands getting mushrooms from Fern Valley. Pete told me his brother got so scared he left a whole basket of morals, and his mum was furious. He's not brave like my dad, so there's probably a chance to go find these mushrooms, even though it's not an actual quest. And then for the drawbridge, her dad is a guard. He's got a right to keep people out, especially criminals, and don't even think about trying to sneak in. And then if we try to sneak in, Eastgate is impenetrable. She's trying to say impenetrable. My dad says no one can sneak in. He says Eastgate City is tighter than a noble's purse strings. So we get a role-playing point, and all 4 of my characters have one, so it doesn't do us any good. And if a Slin is in the party, we get key 159. We don't have a Slin. We have a dwarf, a fae, a halfling, and I believe an elf. No, not an elf. Oh, that's right, a feline, whatever that's, fellish. So, okay, so NPC 13, I'm going to go ahead and just put it back in the box. I'm not going to leave it out. There's nothing that seems to be super pressing about this one. I think that the city will open for us at some point, but we would need something to change. So, and that change I'm betting is once we get to level whatever, an event occurs, and I'm assuming that's going to open the city for us. So I'm also going to put this away, because there's nothing to see here. We do have the point of interest, which does allow us to rest. It's going to cost us $1, and I either have to march all the way back to Exile Camp so I can rest for free to save $1, or I spend the $1 here, and then I'm right next to the bandit hideout, and we can just go straight to there. This is a great question, because I don't know what the right answer is. Do I want to spend the $1 or don't I? I am a cheapo, and so the idea of walking all the way back just to save $1, it doesn't elude me. However, here's why I'm going to spend the $1. In order to explore that space, I have to have all 3 of these tokens. Walking back is not a big deal, because I can let these things expire, no problem. The coming back up just to explore this space, though, I may have bad draws and have to, expend stamina just to survive to here. Whereas here I only have to go 2 spaces. I guess this is only 3. It's only 1 more space. I also realized I forgot to spend my $5, so let's do that to unlock that skill for the mage. It's a ledger skill. I may not have wanted to spend the $5. That might have been a dumb idea, because that seems like a lot of money to me right now. And in case you're wondering, I have $8 left, so I would be spending 1 more. What's the job that we took? Road maintenance. Travel to Exiles Road. While there, you may spend 2 stamina to repair potholes. Oh, that's right here. We found the place for our job. I don't have 2 stamina on any of my guys unless I rest. Yeah, I'm going to pay 1, and we're going to rest. Now, the rest for us is simple. All it's doing is getting us some stamina back. And in doing so, we have to draw the day card. Scattering of warm showers fall from fluffy clouds. First time this card is drawn, add travel 36 to the bottom of the travel discard pile. And of course I I'm assuming I was supposed to shuffle the travel deck before I add this to the bottom of the discard pile, so it's basically going to be by itself at the bottom of the discard pile. Maybe I'm just a poor reader. I think that's the one thing that the instructions aren't very clear on. But let's grab Travel 36, which is a small crowd. I won't read it. We'll just go ahead and lay it there. And if the day deck is empty, which is, when you need to draw, add day 5 to the deck and immediately remake the day deck face down in sequential order, which I'm going to go ahead and do now, because, like, why would I wait until I need to draw a day card? So we're going to add day 5, and it goes to the bottom, and once again, day 4, day 3, day 2, and day 1. So we have, I mean, it's a deck that we're going to keep going through, so now we got to go through 5 more rests before we get to this new card. That is a cool mechanic. I like that. I like what he did in regards to that. I'm curious to see where he's going with it, because, like, as we get more and more day cards out, you know, eventually we're going to run out. But I do like that mechanic. Pretty cool. So, alright, so my priorities have now changed, and the reason why I say that is I want to go to Exile Road here, and I need stamina. So we're going to draw a card, travel the road, and so nothing happens. And now we're on Exile's Road, and I got to spend 2 stamina, and it is a strength check. So it's going to be 2 stamina from the cleric, which puts him to 0, because he only has 2 stamina. And we're going to do a strength check. His strength is 2, and I rolled an 8, and that 2 makes it a 10. He needs a 12. So, we're going to go ahead and spend an RP point, and that got us 12. So what that allowed us to do is we'll take $2, and it goes on the job card right here, and it says that you can have up to $4 on here. So we could do this one more time. So I got to do one more check, and I'm going to do it with the rogue, who has a strength of 0. But since the cleric is out of stamina, I don't want to, I mean, I can add, you know, we could spend stuff from our kits to give him some stamina back, and we may still do that, but I'm going to go ahead and try to use the stamina of one of my other characters. So let's do the rogue. It's only a 2, so if I roll well enough, I may not need that 2 points, and I did. I rolled a 13. I don't even need to use an RP point, and so the rogue passed the strength check. So once again, we're going to grab 2 more bucks and add it to it. And remember, when we hand this job in, the rogue is going to be able to probably add at least 1 more buck to that because of the skill we have, assuming that I don't roll a 1. So, so there you have it. We got some money ready for us, and I'm going to, even though we're low in stamina, I'm still going to continue, and we're going to go through the woods, and let's get to this bandit hideout and get some stuff going. So we got the woods here. You're so hungry, blah, blah, blah. I do have to spend a stamina point, or otherwise I can't explore the region. Or no, I can do this. I'm going to flip that over, and so it says, while travel tokens are exhausted, you cannot enter unexplored hexes. But yeah, alright, let's just, that's a strange interpretation because I'm entering it now. But I'm going to assume that I have to keep this up. So it does mean -1 to 0, -1. I'm already at 0 with that one. So I'm going to have to spend from my koi. It's a free, it's the knapsack, right? It gives us a free energy. So I get 1 point of energy, and I'm going to go ahead and spend that, and then of course use it to consume it. And that's the knapsack that fills for free over here at the Exile Camp. So, or actually in Felsworn Village, it refills for free. So then we're going to go ahead and get there and explore. And this should be a big a lot of stuff should be happening here. We have the Teakle Forest, which I would swear I read somewhere something about the Teakle Forest. I just don't remember where. And you can see that there's a long 5, dark text on dark background. Bad idea, Mr. Designer. That's a horrible idea. It's really difficult to read, but I believe it's saying long 5. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that there's going to be some action, and I'm going to move this out of the way. So let me do this without bumping the camera too badly. And get out long 5. That is the next one in my bag of tricks. So it says Forest Trail. You follow the trail, twisting and turning. Mountains to the east appear to be drawing closer. The foothills begin to break up the terrain before you. That's it. So let's flip this over. And we got ourselves, this is where we're entering. And then it goes until medium 4 and there's nothing else on the map. So this is a worthless piece of map. But, I mean, technically you're supposed to connect them all together. So our guys are here, and then now we're moving them all to here because we're going to go open up medium 4. So let's do that. You could have just designed the game where you entered at medium 4 and then just not even had this. Like, that's the thing that just boggles my mind. Unless there's like some other version of this map that like updates later and then there's somebody on the trail, it makes no sense. It's just a wasted component. But anyways, that's enough of my complaining. So here we go. So here you can see that the this connects like so, which does make a nice, picture, right? It's a cool picture. But yeah, as you can see, we're gonna trigger a battle. So I think I've always had, well, it would be him up front because he's my melee guy, and then I put the mage in the back and the rogue here like this. That's how we would have lined up. And so this triggers, and you can see there's faux show. There is another map, so it keeps going. And then that's just the name of the tile. So we're going to have a battle, and then there's more to come. So I'm going to pause and get out faux 16 and set up for the battle, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we have the Puckle Bandit, which is this character here, and I did read the FAQ on the back before I hit record. It's pretty straightforward, but there are some nice clarifications there, specifically with this. If this does trigger, it is per bandit that it goes up by 2, which could be really devastating. There are 2 bandits in this particular one, so we got one here and one there. And so we will flip this over, and you can see there's a green and a brown. And I'll just put those right here on the board. Then we got to get the green and brown. I don't know if it matters which one is which. It doesn't say. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the green one down here and the brown one over here. It does say 1. That's green. Oh, there it is. This is green, and that one up there is brown. So we did it right, even though I thought I was guessing. Okay, so these Puckle Bandits have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit points each. These are definitely going to be a lot more difficult. If we do the slash across here, you can get a nice crit. The going down will get a crit. This one you need to be doing a slash in some kind of angled direction. And the next one looks very similar. Except the going across, you can see it moved. Here going across does it. So some of the crit spots moved. I do find that is a very cool mechanic. I've never seen that before. I do like that aspect of this game. Like, he put some real good thought, came up with a unique mechanic for combat, and I've never complained about the combat. I actually want it to be more, longer, stuff like that. So I do very much admire that. Okay, what else do we need to do? Oh, let's look at our thing here. So as you can see, they get up and try to do a slash, or they're going to do a bash. It's going to push a target 1 square, otherwise it's going to add 1 more damage. So he's standing here, he's attacking somebody, and then you get pushed. Now the FAQ says that you get to decide which way you're pushed. So you don't, it's not like they push you in the worst possible direction or anything like that. You get to decide where you're pushed, but the push would indeed happen. And then we're going to get 1 experience points and some cash and prizes. Yeah, so here we are. Now looking at the map itself, just a quick reminder, this is a solid line, which means if you look at the player reference, a solid line is impassable. Or a wall, which would be dark solid line, but it's an impassable one. The impassable one does allow, you can shoot through impassable, and you can also do magic through it. And then there's also a solid line here, same deal. You can shoot, oh, let me zoom out a little. This is impassable as well. You can shoot and then do magic through that as well. So in order for them to get to us, they have to go through this little pass here. Alright, because the cleric triggered this, that would mean that the archer does go first. And so we will, I need to shuffle their cards, and then let's draw for them. Shout out to Mr. Whitland. He's been contacting me on Facebook and talking about this exact video series, in fact. And I know I've told him at least 4 hours ago that this was almost done. I've literally been working on this video for, it has been 5 hours. And I started 5 hours ago, and we're only 42 minutes in actual video time. I've had so many interruptions today. I thought I was going to have the whole day to work on this, and it's not happening. Okay, so here we go. Let's draw for them. And so it's X, where it's number of exiles in a party, so they're going to get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it was a little bit off camera there, but it's up there. And then our archer gets to go. So since we have a minor action with the archer, I am going to use that to move, and I'm going to go to here. So now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 away from this guy, and that allows us to get a combo point, right? And it's, you know, pretty straightforward. We do a basic move. Oh, I only get to move 3 spaces, which I did, 3. And then I get to do attack. So I'm going to go ahead and do some bow attacks. 2 of them, in fact, and I will go, I'm going to target the, well, see, this one is behind the dotted black line. I don't think I can shoot through a dotted black line. Nope, it's obscure. So I got to target this one. This is the only one in that I can target. So I will. And let's see, what else do I need? This is an endurance check. I have a +2, and I rolled a 4. So a 4 + 2 is 6. That's going to do 1 single hit, and I'm attacking from the top. And the one I'm attacking is this guy up here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I just realized I need to do a few things. So I could have used my quiver, which it's too late for that. It's probably too late to do the mark. I should have done the mark. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just put 1 damage here. Now I'm going to go ahead and attack again. This time you see I got a 12. The 12 is enough to do 2 hits. So I'm going to hit here and here, which triggers the crit. And I know, let me zoom in for you here. So I'm going to hit this, which gives him another +1 to his threat. And then I'm going to hit this here. And that triggers the crit, which is this one there. So he's got 2 health left, but remember, this is a shield. So unless I have a pierce attack, the shield's not going to be very helpful. I do have the snipe skill, which does require 3 combo points. That's the reason why I didn't do it. I do have the ability to add 2 combo points, which I could have used, but the only reason you would use the snipe skill is because it does penetrate the armor. And then I have another skill here. I have to hit with a basic bow attack while a different foe is diagonal to the original target. So I don't have that situation. So I don't get to unlock a new skill. And his turn's over. It'll be the rogue's turn now. And we're going to draw for them. And they got a ton of threat right now. And the mobs do activate. So we're going to start with number 1, which is the green one. And the activation, as you can see, is we're going to spend 3. They're going to move 6 spaces. They're going to slash and bash. So they're going to do both. Oof. All right. And then the target is this yellow one here. So I got to look at the yellow. What is that? I wonder why I'm not seeing... It's not on the player aid, which is really jerky jerk. It really should be there. How disappointing. Alright, I gotta look on the back of the rulebook. I'm pretty sure it's there. Oh, and I just dropped a bunch of components. 1 second. Okay, that symbol is they want to target the most creatures. And he's going to move 6 spaces, slash and bash. So this is impassable, so he has to go, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. He's not quite able to get to anybody, but he's close. And you can see here there's no attack that's diagonal. And there was no way I could get him any closer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the best he could do. Now this one, though, has 1, 2, 3, can get to him no problem. He could also go 4, 5 and get to these 2. So then the question is which one's the most? And it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't quite get there. But he can get to this one or either of them. And so the question is which one does he go after? And I think we get to choose at this point because it was just the most, and it's 1 no matter what. If this was staggered like this, he would for sure go here. He can hit both of them. But because they're side by side, he can hit 1, 1, or 1, and that's it. So then it just becomes, okay, which one? And so I'll just have him go after the closest one. And that would be the archer, of course. So we got the archer here. I got to spend the 3 points for them. And first thing they're going to do is slash. Well, this one's going to do is slash. So it is a blue die roll. So let's do that. And if you're looking, it is, from our perspective, his right arm. Or the left side. So if we come over here, he has no armor. So that 2 damage goes through as actual damage, so 2 health hits. But he's not done, because now he's going to bash, which is a gray die roll. And you can see here, that one does hit some armor. So I'm going to put one of these on. It looks like here on the pants. That absorbs 1 hit. The bash only does 1 hit. So we're good there, and then he gets pushed away. So we'll push him back 1 that way. Okay, so now it's the rogue's turn. So the rogue will do a sneak, which will allow her to go hidden, and that's going to cause her to burn the 1 combo point. It's a minor action, of course, and the sneak goes here, and the sneak gives her 3 movement points, or she could spend a stamina to go 5. So I think, so this would be 1, 2, 3 if she wanted to do that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then we could try to drop a trap. Yeah, let's do that. So 1 action will be to drop traps. So she will put 1 here and 1 there. And then the other major action is, let's do a backstab, which costs 1 mana to do. Hold on. We're not going to backstab. We're going to pickpocket. I'm next to the highest in the order here. And so while adjacent to the highest initiative foe, check Dex 20. If hidden, add 10 to the roll. So if I can get a 20, I add 1 money to the reward, max 1 total. If I fail, I give them another point, and I am no longer hidden. So let's go for it. We're going to pickpocket. That's the whole point of this. So I need a 20, but I get to add 10 because I'm hidden. And I have a 13 there. So I easily do it, and then what that does is that adds 1 money to the reward, and I'm just going to put 1 money on the bandit there to represent that. But that does mean I don't attack, which is okay. I dropped the traps. What I could have done is backstabbed instead of laying the traps, and that probably would have killed this guy, because I do get to add 20 to the roll, and it's a top-down precision attack. See, with the backstab, because that's an armor-piercing attack, I could have taken out his shield, but that's all I would have done. Is that better than the trap? I'm going to say no, because I'm still hidden, and right now these guys need to move to do anything to us. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and now it is the mage's turn. And they get 2 more, so now they're up to 4. I know it's just off the top of the camera there. My apologies. And now the mage has the lightning bolt. Friendly fire can be avoided, and it goes forever in this direction. So I'm not even going to move. I'm going to go ahead and fire the lightning bolt. And so that costs 2 mana, and we're going to go ahead and use the mystic skill, which is a skill she has that just basically reduces the cost by 2 mana. So basically it's free. And a lightning bolt, there's dice rolls or anything. The attack is top down because it's this direction, and I hit both of them. So what that means is I can then put a damage on him, and then over here I'm going to go ahead and do 2 damage somehow, and I will damage here and and there. The unfortunate part is by doing that, I'm ignoring all the crit spots. There's no way to change that, though. It's the way it has to work. Yeah. And then I'm going to do it again. This time it's going to cost me 2 mana. So I'm going to go down to 3. And we're going to attack again, and this is not an armor-piercing attack. So what happens is, this is technically a blue cube that's on each of these to represent the armor. So in this case, the blue cube is removed, right? And then in this case, I can hit 2 spots here and here. But the unfortunate part about that is it gives him another one of these points. And then with the mage, I can move, which I'm going to do because that gives us a combo point, and we need combo points. And I'm just going to move 1, 2, like that. Okay, that brings us to the end of the mage turn. And now we are going to deal with the cleric's turn. They're going to get 1 more point. And we are precariously close to triggering the 7 there. But I do get to go. I will go ahead and do a move, which gives us another combo point. And unfortunately, though, I mean, I can go 1, 2, 3 like that, and then I'm standing on the trap. I don't have a dexterity point to spend. Where was I? I was here. I can go 1, 2, 3 this way. I could do another action move. Yeah, we have the form up where I can move 3, another exile can move 3, and gain a combo point. But that doesn't help me either, because I need a stamina to do that skill. I have the pummel skill where each target... Yeah, so we're going to do 1 more move to here. And it does get us up to 3 skill points. And then we're going to do the pummel. And let me grab it for you. Pummel costs us 1. I do have a master skill I can unlock if I could heal at least 3, but there's only 2 total damage, so I can't heal at least 3, which is a little unfortunate, but each target takes 1 damage of your choice, so it can be coming from this angle, a precision one, or that angle, and it hits everybody around them. It does not hit friendlies, at least let's make sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Damage each foe. Yes. It doesn't say character or anything like that. So it is specific to foes. So yeah, I'm going to hit both of them. And there's no die roll or anything. It's just you hit them. It does cost 1 skill. And so yeah, I get to choose. Well, the first one is the brown guy dies, because he only had 1 health left. So that's murder, death, kill. The other one, I have the shield and I have this 1 spot left. I get to choose. I'm going to go ahead and just hit the 1 spot left. And yeah, he's still alive for another day. So now we got, we're back to the hunter. So we're going to draw. And then all foes go. And in this case, they're going to spend 3 of their skill points again. And they're going to do the slash and bash with 6 movement points. Remember, this person's hidden. He thinks he's standing here. So if he's looking at the situation, really... there's no situation where he can hit multiple foes. So then it becomes, well, who's he going to go after? And again, we get to choose. You could argue, hey, he's always going to go after the person that's the closest. Again, we get to choose. So I can choose that he's going to go after the mage, which then causes him to trigger the trap. It's a little weird. But it does work. I'm going to assume he goes after the closest, which means he doesn't trigger any of the traps. So he's going to go there, and then we're going to go ahead and do the slash, which I bumped everything. It is the top left. And that is the one spot we don't have any armor. Look at this. He has armor everywhere else, so he takes 2 health hit. And then he's going to bash. I could have rolled these at the same time. Hits in that spot. And that is going to add a wear token. And it absorbs the hit. And he gets pushed away 1 space. Alright, so then we're 2 spaces away. The bow needs 3. So he could just pick a move. And just move 1 space to here, and now he's 3 spaces away. That adds another skill point, and go ahead and roll, and attack twice. This is a roll of a 10. The 2 endurance makes it a 12, so it does hit twice. It's coming top to bottom, and we remove the armor. Attack 1 more time, and that's a 7, which it just 1 hit. He just needs 1 hit, it's dead. So he did take some hits there. And I know in my Facebook discussions, people were talking about how some of these battles have been cutting it close for them. We're not walking out of these unscathed. I mean, I'm definitely taking hits, and I keep saying I want longer battles, but a longer battle I'd lose with the amount of hits that we're taking. So I mean, it's balanced. I'm never saying it's unbalanced. It's just that I think the funnest part about this game is the combat. And I like it probably more than... Well, I always like games that you gain skills and level up. Like, leveling up is fun too, but the funnest part is the combat. I like it more than the dialogues and all that stuff. Okay, so we are done. Both of these guys are killed. I have a feeling we're going to fight some more, so I'm going to just set them off to the side here. But we do have to do our rewards. We do get 1 extra money because of our pickpocket. And then we get... what's here, which is everybody's going to gain 1 experience point. So let me get those out. Got to get out 4 tokens here. And then I'm going to go here. So we're at 4. We need 7 to level up. It's getting a lot more expensive. That 3 and 5 was a lot easier to hit for sure. And... we're still not getting 2 experience a pop yet. I have a feeling there's more battles though. And then we're going to roll for money. And it's a charisma roll, so it'll be the rogue. And I rolled a 16. I could turn it into a 19, which doesn't do me any good. And so we're going to get 2 more money for that. And I will take it. That does replace a lot of what we just lost. And that's it for that battle. So, we recover the traps. I really didn't spend any skills. I did spend the mystic skill to make the lightning bolt cost 2 less, so I don't have that recovered. So that cube stays removed. I didn't do the mark. I didn't do anything else. I didn't use any of our pouches. I did use this 1 pouch here to get stamina back. That was before we even entered the map. Okay, let's keep going. And you can see here there's a long 6. And my table space is running out. I have this giant table, and I'm trying to play the whole game right here. It makes sense to me. No judging. Okay. It's a mountain path. You climb the path, stopping every so often to catch your breath. You notice the sun setting as you approach the rocky pass ahead. Alright, so this is coming in, and it would... oh my gosh, the map is really going here. So it now looks like this, right? And then there's a another map here, the Big 8. So, we're now next to that. I'm going to pick up this and this. And then just assume we're here. like so. And now we got a big one that goes here. So I'm putting away those other maps. I am a little annoyed that I keep getting out these maps just to walk and then get another map out. Maybe it's my pet peeve and nobody else's. Alright, so it was what again? Big 8. That is definitely a giant map. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on with this one. Alright. The bandit camp. As I figured there's going to be some serious battling here. That's why I didn't want to spend my skills on the last battle. Sun drops below the horizon as you crest the saddle. Looking down from your vantage point, you can hear the Puckle bandits celebrating their raspy voices. I gotta get a drink. Among the shadows, you make out one figure that looks familiar. Wasn't he at the exiles camp? Yes, you remember seeing that red-haired halfling. You hear his voice rising above the others. Going to be the most famous bandits in the history of the basin. The halfling holds something up in the firelight. This map is going to lead us to treasure beyond our wildest dreams. Before flipping this map over, draw and resolve... I can't read. It's dark text on dark colors. Come on, designer. Event 18. I'm okay with the purple background being event, but use white letters. I don't understand it. I used to buy these dice from called Halfsies Dice. The owner of the company, really cool guy. He's talked to me several times about board games. He's a wonderful guy. I totally recommend you support him. But man, oh man, he designed his first set of Halfsies Dice, and he did the same thing. He would have, like, gold dice with a gold lettering on top. So it was gold on top of gold. I was like, dude, did you not think this through? And he's like, I could read it just fine. And I'm like, you need contrast. Anyways, there's no contrast in these, and it's horrible. And it's the thing, I guess the reason why I get extra militant about it, other than the fact that my eyes can't read it, like I have a hard time with it, is developers go out of their way to help colorblind people, which are an extremely small percentage of the population. Not saying that they don't deserve to be helped. I'm just saying that they think about these things, which is awesome, but then they don't think about contrast. And that's the part I don't understand. It's like you're already 3/4 of the way to the finish line. Just finish it. And they even go out of their way to make sure that there's a female character to a male character. And in this game in particular, I have a set of miniatures, so that way these ones could be smaller than those ones. They thought of everything, but they don't think that you need to put white letters on a dark background. I don't know. Maybe you could read that easier than I can. I'm looking on my computer screen. Actually, it's easier to see on the computer screen. Like there, I can't see it anymore. At least not easy. I'd have to focus. That I can read on the computer screen. If I put it in front of my eyes, yeah. So, anyways, it's just, I don't get it. So we have to resolve this before we're allowed to flip over the map. I'm just taking the map off camera here. Bad guys below. It's only a matter of time before the bandits spot you. You think about climbing down the cliff and hiding for a sneak attack or rushing down the path for a head-on assault. Alternately, you could hail them from here and try to resolve things peacefully. I don't think peacefully is going to work worth a darn. You need charisma, which I don't have. I have a charisma 2. I have Dex 3 on 2 of my characters. Let's do sneak attack. So I'm going to flip over, and I'm going to look at the different options here. The head-on assault. The party is on Z, and you get 3 extra combo points, which I think is pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. The hail them party stays on X, and they're attacking you. So you start on X. I don't know where Z and X are, but that'll be interesting to look at. But we're going to try to sneak. And every XO has to check Dex 12. Did at least half succeed. Two of mine have a Dex 3. The Ranger and the Rogue. So this is where the Dex 3 is really coming in handy. So we're going to roll for the Rogue since the dice is already out. And there's a 10. And then the 3 makes it 13. There's one check. I just need one more pass. And so now we're going to go ahead and do the Ranger. And there's a 12 right there. I didn't even have to add anything. And so I've passed with at least half. So the answer is yes. Now, so if you charge them, it's a Z. If you hail them, it's an X. If you fail, okay, it's a Y, but they get +3. But in my case, it's a Y, and they don't get to go in the first round. Yes, we chose the right option. That is awesome. So we're going to start on Y. And yes, the card does get discarded. It is not a it's not a trash though. It's a discard. So yeah, it's an index. So it gets indexed back in. So that means this event might come up again. Alright, event 18. I better not put it away yet. I gotta make sure I have everything set up. Alright, let's flip this bad boy over. We got the long 6 here. So that means it looks more like this, where it's connecting like that. So they're coming into the corner of the map, and then they got all this. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of this because we're going to a specific position. This is long 6. Okay. And as I said, I didn't want to put the card away because I would forget things. So the Z is where we would be if we charged them. The X is where we would be if we hailed them, which is the worst possible spot. And you can see here, faux 16 brown. Brown is this one. Faux 16 green is that one. And then since we're sneaking on them, we're all the way up here. Like that. And then I gotta get faux 18 out. That's a new one. Probably a boss. Probably that halfling guy. Oh, I'm still looking for it. My apologies. Looking at figure box 2. Alright, I'm stuck. I don't see a figure 18 anywhere. So let's get out the faux cards. Maybe that'll help us. Okay, so we got Erky Furts. And it is figure 18. So I gotta find that somehow. I was just looking for it. I couldn't find it. An annoying halfling with horrible fashion sense and a wicked wit. And there's a lot of stuff about his skills. And you can see he has a kick, an axe, and an insult. Alright, so yeah, there's experience points to be had with him as well. And we're at 4 right now. That would get us to 6. We're just shy. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. We'll look up the FAQ stuff as we need to. And then as you can see with his, he's got shields on his boots. But everywhere else, he's got just a lot of hit points. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And then of course, these two are coming back. So we'll put them up along the top. And then I gotta shuffle this again. And then everything resets back to 0. And yeah, we get a free turn where they don't go yet. And I'm going to pause because I can't find this figure 18. Okay, here he is. He's in figure box 2, in case you're wondering. The other stuff has been figure box 1 so far. Again, I just love, like, this is when I feel like my money's well spent. I mean, having pre-painted miniatures is awesome. I get it, some of you hobby guys, I really do, but I like pre-painted miniatures. And I'm more than happy to pay extra money for it. It's just, it's not even an option with most games. Alright, and even the Sundrop ones are cool, because at least they're not just plain plastic. Alright, so we got that, the event card I'm going to put away now. Everything's set up like it's supposed to be. We get to go first. In usual fashion, it is the ranger that goes first. Although really, it should be the rogue, because laying some traps would be perfect. Perfect thing to do, except I can't lay traps unless I have hidden, and I need a combo point for that anyways. Forgive me, I'm very thirsty today. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here with the ranger. So gonna go ahead and do a move, which gives us 1 combo point off camera there, and then you get 3 movement points by default, so it'd be 1, 2, 3 like that. He could spend a stamina to go 5 instead. He does have 1. The only problem with going 5 is he's getting really close to being attacked by them, and he's already taken some damage. This here, the whatever that is, it looks like a fire pit, but it's not. It has the double bars, which is the difficult terrain. So they can melee over difficult terrain. It just costs extra movement points. So he will go ahead and... So he did the 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to do 4, 5. That does cost him a stamina point, which is fine. No, he won't. He'll stay where he is. And here's why. If he uses the quiver of arrows, it adds +1 to his range. So he's going to go ahead and do that. And that adds +1 to his range, and now he uses this new down-up pattern. And then here, the staggering shot, he can add +1 more to his range. He's 6 away from the boss if he uses this. But then... Yeah, and then he's also going to do this to add 2 more to the combo points. And that'll help pay for this and get 1 more for the rogue. Yeah, that's what he's going to do, because he doesn't want to get too close to him. So his skill's going to cost him 1, but he gained 2. And then he's also going to put a mark on the boss, because why not? We need to kill the boss. And remember, his new attack pattern is down up. And that he can now do 2 attacks. So if he does another attack, a staggering shot, well, here we go. after you hit him, get to shift him. And since he's marked 2 squares, I can move him closer to me. So I don't have to use a staggering shot the next time I hit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll, and as long as I don't roll a 1, we're going to get what we want here. I rolled a 4. So that becomes a 6. I would need a 12 to do 2 hits, but I can at least tack from the bottom up. And in this case, forgive me, I forgot to put the blue cubes on. He has blue cubes like that, and then there's 2 more I need to get out for their shields. And a bottom-up attack means he's just removing a cube. Like that. Alright, but it says if it hits, I get to shift the foe 1 to 2 squares. And since he's marked, I get to shift him. Now with the mark, when the marked foe is damaged, I can pay 1 mana to deal plus X, where X is precise. I'm not going to do that this time, but I am going to shift him 1, 2 this way. So now he's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Like that. So he's within range. I don't have to do a staggering shot. I can't do the ricochet because I need him to be here. Or I could have maybe done it like this, and then I could ricochet this way. But he's too many spaces away from me if I do that. So I got to do it that way, and then we're going to attack again. And I got oh my gosh, I got a 19, and then 2 more makes it a 21. So I do hit twice. This is not using the quiver of practice arrows this time, so the attack pattern is top down. And if we look at his situation, with a top-down attack pattern, I guess I'm doing here and here. And I will spend a mana to use my mark. And you know what? I would have spent a mana last time too, now that I think about it, because to remove the mark, I would have removed this. And that would have helped me to figure out what I'm doing here. I don't want to give him threat points, so I'm just going to do another hit up here at the top. So I'll do, I mean, I basically did a lot of hits on him. There's 3, 4, 5 hits. And it cost me 2 mana to do, but yeah. We'll do that. Okay, and so my turn's over. And now they get to go, and it'll be the rogue's turn. Alright, here we go. The boss is activating. And the boss, Urkiferts, has 0 points. So he's going to try to move 5, kick an insult. And his target is whoever's the furthest away. Now, the rules are clear. He's going to try to go after the furthest away that he can actually reach. But yes, he's going to try to move and kick an insult. So 1, 2, 3 will get him here, but 4, 5 will get him there. So that one's further away, so he's going to move to there. And he's right next to the cleric. And the kick, as you can see, he's going to attack any target that's in front of him or diagonal to him. And it says take 1 money from the target and place it on this card. If both of these are wounded, ignore the kick. Oh, so if his feet were wounded, you could ignore kick. Oh my gosh, I should have damaged his feet. So when I did my mark, I should have damaged the foot down here. I was thinking I was going to give him threat points. I didn't even pay attention. So yeah, we're going to damage that foot. He's still going to get the kick, because I don't have them both damaged, but let's at least get halfway there. And then my question is he kicking all those, or is it just he can kick any one of those? I think that's the case. The axe looks like he hits. We need to refresh my memory on how that works for targeting. And of course, the rulebook is explaining everything on the back page except for that. All right, let's look at the FAQ. Everyone resolves a check separately. The check only happens if you fail. And if you lose this while you have nothing, nothing happens. Kick only targets a single exile among the possible squares. Players choose. Okay, that's what I was looking for right there. So it's good to wound this foe's weak points. Yes, sometimes wounding weak points can be good. Remember, I was trying to avoid it last time. If I flee or I'm defeated, do I ever get the money back? No. But yeah, we're not fleeing. We're taking this guy downtown with Julie Brown. Okay, so we are going to resolve the kick. It is a yellow die. He is kicking either the rogue or the cleric, and we're choosing the cleric. And as you can see, it's going to hit the cleric's armor. It does 2 damage, and the cleric's armor, I got to get up and look, only absorbed 1. So the cleric just took another hit. He's down to 4 health. And then the other thing that he's doing is he's insulting. So if you look at the insult here, it says +2 and all allies wisdom 10. And if they fail the wisdom 10, they're going to lose an energy. So he's going to get +2 to his track. So I took care of that. And then all allies wisdom 10. The cleric's out of energy. The rogue's out of energy. So I'm not even going to bother rolling for them. And then these two are going to wisdom 10. And I got a 13 on the mage. And then for the ranger, he failed. He got a 6. So he's now out of stamina points. All right. He's done. This was here. It is the rogue's turn. Rogue's going to go hidden. Move 1, 2, 3, like that. Hidden marker goes there. Rogue is going to lay some traps. This is really ideal because now I finally laid traps in a good direction with these 2 guys, and gets 1 more action, and we could pickpocket. And Erkyfertz is the highest initiative guy, so we can do a pickpocket, or we can attack Erkyfertz. I'm going to pickpocket him. Why not? Let's use our skill. So I rolled an 18. It's off screen here, but let me bring it back for you. I got an 18, and the pickpocket skill is I need a 20. I mean, I get to add dex to it, so with 3 more, that was easy to do. And I get to add 10 to the roll, so I'm going to add 1 money to his card. And then he stole a money from us, so he technically has 2 money on him. They're going to get both of those back if we kill him. We just can't run away. And yeah, there we go. So the pickpocket, though, was my action instead of my backstab. But that's fine. I will stay hidden. And then it's their turn again. This time it's going to be the mage. And you can see the mob is activating. So they're at 2 points. They're going to do 1 point here, and they're going to move towards the... What is that again? The most targets, 4 damage, and do a slash attack. So they're going to spend 1 of their points. They are down to 1. And they don't see him. This is the closest one in their eyes. So green does go first, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And both of these traps are going to go off at the same time. Alright, so green just got hit by 2 traps, and the trap requires a charisma roll, and it's a 2 or 12 like usual. So there's an 18. So that's a hit. That's going to be 2 hits. And the pattern, it's a goofy one. The pattern is up and then over, diagonal. which might be helpful here. So if we look at the mob here, and up and over is not really going to do much. I'm looking for a crit, and I'm not going to get a crit. I am going to get to hit here and there, which is going to cause them to go up a point on their threat. And then, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with the other trap now. And that's a 13. That's a double hit again. And it's an up and over still. And now I can hit up and then over, which hits the crit, which is just going to basically just take the other one out. So up and over just takes both of those out. And so he still has 1, 2 health left. Alright, and then we got the other one. He goes, and because this one's in the way, 1, 2, right? 3. He could try to go here, but he would also be going 1, 2, 3, because he's in the way. Yeah, he would absolutely go this way. 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to reveal him because he's trying to step on him. And yeah, so because of that, I am now revealed, and so he's going to attack the rogue with a, what again? A slash, which is the blue die. So rogue is going to get attacked. No armor. It is a 2 damage attack, so the rogue is down to 3 health. Okay, so mage's turn. The mage just has to do a move 1 space and can lightning bolt 2 of them here. And that's what he's going to do. So that adds a combo point for us. That does cost 2 mana, so the mage is down to 1. And the lightning bolt, as you remember, it's the direction of the bolt, so it's going to hit this way for 2 hits. So we have this guy. It's easier to move the camera. And the brown guy. So brown guy has no damage at all. This guy, a 2-hit sideways, doesn't help us too much. But we do damage him twice here and there, like so. And then the brown one, we can actually get a crit. We're going to damage here and here. That is going to cause the threat to go up by 1, but that also crits the top there. Okay, so I am 2 mana short, so now, just making sure it doesn't cost money. It doesn't. We're going to use both of these cubes to get 2 mana back, because that's what the ledger does. So that's going to pay for the next one. And I was actually thinking maybe the twin missile would work here. We don't do the twin missile very much, but no. Twin missile would work. No. You could do a T attack and hit both of these, but you have to be standing here. And it's not the right orientation. So we're going to go ahead and do electric lightning bolt again. Him and him. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, so Arkyfertz here does have where you can hit here, and then you hit the crit, which then hits this one and that one. Oh, see, look. So, okay, let's redo the first hit. So this is what he looked like, right? So instead of hitting here and here like we did last time, we would hit here, and then we hit the crit spot. Let me zoom in for you. This crit spot hits both of these. So this was the last attack. Now this time around, I'm hitting him again, and I'm going to hit him here. That takes out his feet. It doesn't kill him. He's down to 1 health. And then as for the brown one, his armor is going to hold up but I do get to hit the 2 spots along the bottom, like that. And so that's the brown one. So it doesn't quite kill them, but it does do a lot of damage. Okay, it's peanut butter cleric time. Everybody's activating. That's not good. So we start with number 1, which is the miner guys. They have 3, so they're going to burn all 3 points. They're going to do a slash and bash, and they're going to hit as many as possible. So the green one is going to go here and hit both of these. And the brown one, they move 6 points. So can he do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hit both of them? That's exactly what they're going to do. Alright, so let's start with the slash for the green guy first. He's going to hit both of these with this attack. Does 2 damage. And it is the right arm again. So it's the ranger and the rogue. Both of them have no armor. So the ranger takes 2 damage and is down to 1. The rogue takes 2 damage and is down to 1. They're both in bad shape. And then the bash is only against 1 target. So we have to choose ranger or rogue. I honestly don't know which one to choose. I'm going to choose the rogue. So it is the armor does get hit, and the armor absorbs 2, so the rogue stays standing with 1 health, and it gets pushed. And I'm just going to push him 1 space away, like that. This is technically there. Alright, so once again, we're getting attacked, and you can see the ranger is going to get attacked again with a 2-hit attack. The ranger is probably going to go down. It's now the left side. The ranger has no armor there either, and so yes, the ranger is at 0 health and is down. Okay, and then the cleric does have armor. I need to look closer. It blocks 1, so the cleric is going to lose 1 health. And is down to 3. And then the bash is going to be against the cleric. Since the ranger's already down, that's going to hit the head. So put another wear token on, and the cleric does absorb that one. And is going to get pushed. This is no longer hidden. Going to get pushed 1 space away, like that. Alright, so now it's the cleric's turn. So we got some things here. We have healing potions, and we also have a practice kit. So it's hard to pick these up because they have a lot of cubes on them. But the healing potion, actually the mage has. I gave them to the mage because having them all in one character was scary whenever the cleric was the one that went down. So we got the healing potions on the mage. So I gotta wait until the mage's turn to do that, which is a long time from now. But we do have the practice kits, and he has to be next to his target. So this is where it's going to get interesting, because he can't get next to his target. I don't know if you're noticing that. They're blocking him. There's 3 enemies around the target, and he would have to walk all the way around. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't even get there unless he does 6 movement points. Now, he could go up and at least heal the rogue. But I think, so if he can't do that, then what he's going to do is he's going to do a minor action and move forward. And he's going to gain a combo point for that. Now, there is this thing that says if he moves 4 squares and heals at least 3 health, he's going to unlock his skill. To move 4 squares would require him to use a stamina. because then he can move 5 squares. What does the stratagem do? Like, how important is it to unlock this thing? He can pay a cube, gain 1, and exile within 3, heals 1, and shift a creature up to 2 squares. Oh, that's really good. We want to do that. Okay, so how do we do that is the question. So that means that during like the ranger's turn, we would have spent this other cube to give him 1 more stamina. Sure. So he has this 1 more stamina, but that means he now has to test, because whenever they did the taunt or insult or whatever, so he rolled a 12, so he passed. He didn't lose the stamina. I'm retconning a little bit here. I'm doing all this just so I can, when he does this move action, we're going to spend the stamina to move 5 spaces instead of 3. And you can see that here, right? So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I backtracked, but I'm trying to get 5 movement in, just so I could satisfy this dumb requirement. Alright, and then now he has to also heal 3. Well, he's got 2 cubes on his med kit, and he has to roll dice. If he gets a 2 to 11, it heals 1. If he gets a 12 or better, he heals 2. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to heal the rogue, and let me get his die out, and there's a 16. So he just healed the rogue for 2, which is fantastic, because the rogue was down to 1 health, so now she's up to 3. And then he's going to heal himself with the next one, and that's only a 3, which is enough to at least satisfy the condition. I did want to heal him more than just 1, but he's up to 4 health now as a result of that. So the mastery says, I'll let you look at it while I'm putting the token away. Basically it says do all those things and you can master this. So I gotta stand up to put this mastery in. I don't know what I did with my other token, but I have both of his skills mastered. Okay, so why did I do this? Because see that little lightning bolt? That means I get to do the opposite side. So it's free. I don't have to spend anything. So the cube stays on. Gain 1 of these, so he's up to another combo point. An exile within 3 heals 1, and I get to shift somebody 2 squares. So and of course that exile is going to be the ranger, so he stands back up with 1 health. I get to shift and exile 2 squares. Now this one's a tougher one. I'm going to do this one 1, 2. Because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pummel. So I'm going to spend 1 action point and hit both of these. And it's an automatic hit. And in the case of green, I'm removing an armor. And in the case of the bandit, or the boss is done. We KO'd the boss, which is great news for us. Alright, it is now the ranger's turn, if he can survive this. And I just realized something. We took their turn, but the boss was supposed to also go. So before the cleric did anything, the boss gets to go. There is 0 threat, so the boss would kick an insult again. And then the kick would be against the target furthest away, which would have been so the cleric was here, so the boss would have gone 1, 2, 3 to there and kick the mage. So that would have changed things. Because this would have been here at the time. Oh, that muddies the water so badly. So that means I don't hit the this guy. My pummel skill would have only killed him. So I would have moved however I needed to move. I wouldn't have been able to heal him either. Oh, come on. Alright, the boss is still standing. I just hit this guy for his shield, and that's it. I was able to heal him and him. And then we'll just go ahead and resolve this attack. Because that guy moved, that made everything worse. And then he's doing an insult. So I gotta pass my skill check, or I don't have that stamina. I do pass it, so that part's not an issue. The skill check is a 10. So that part's not the issue. Who else still has a stamina? He passes as well. So, okay, let's resolve the kick. The kick is a 2 damage attack using yellow. Alright, so that's going to hit the feet of the mage, who has no armor, so 2 damage goes to the mage. Mage is down to 2 health. Good thing we added hit points to all of our guys, huh? Alright, so everybody's still standing. Cleric took his turn. Now our 1 health guy is taking his turn. And thank goodness it's just a 2. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move the combo point up to 4. Because we got to get some attacks in. Well, actually, the first one is we're going to attack the boss. So we got to take him down. It's just a single hit. And that's all it's needed. The boss is down. Just like before. And then we're going to do the combo point thing I was just talking about. I already moved it up to a 4, and we're going to move 1, 2, 3, and then shoot that guy there, because 1 hit kills him, and I got a 1, so I critically fail, and do not kill him. I am at least far away from him, and now it's going to be the rogue's turn. They get 3 more. 1, 2, 3, they're up to 5. The rogue is going to add a combo point and sneak again. Why not? So we're going to do this, and then we can move 1, 2, 3, like so. And then I have 2 actions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to backstab this guy who still has the armor, because the rogue has armor piercing with this her backstab skill. So that's a 6. She can add 20 to the roll. So she does a 3 damage hit, but this guy only needed 1, so it pierces the shield, and this guy is dead. And no longer hidden. And then we're just going to do a regular stabby for the other action, and you can see I rolled a 9. The stabby, that's a hit. And it only needed 1 hit to kill him. So they were all 1 hit away. So we survived the battle. Yay! We did get KO'd. I was able to get him up. We had to spend some skills. These battles aren't trivial or easy. They're winnable. I just showed. Week 1. I mean, I don't think we were close to losing this, but we didn't, dominate it either. That's what I'm saying. This is the funnest part of the game. You could probably even hear it in my voice. Like, I'm complaining about the game when I'm traveling on the overworld, and now I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. So anyways, here we go. So we get rewards, caches, and prizes. First thing is we get the 2 money from the boss, and then we get another experience point, and then another experience point. So we're going to get 2 more. 1 more from down here again. So I'm just going to flip these to a 3, so we're up to 6 on each character. And like I said, we're 1 short of our goal of 7. And then let's resolve the money one. Where's my die? 3 is not going to get the job done. We only get 1 money for that. I'm going to grab a 5er. Make some change. I got too many singletons out. Alright, this one is resolved. Then we got this one, so we get key 4. See, the black text over the gold is easy to read. And then that's event 14. Okay, key 4 is Arydia's map. This is that treasure thing. So keep this card in a party inventory until you find a card with the exact text. Outcropping of white stones. Then draw that event. So I need outcropping of white stones on a card. That's something I gotta remember. That's gonna be horrible. What I don't get is we have this one guy here. Scry. Choose a key card you have, then draw an event. Cestison will discern where on the map you need to take it. Yeah, that would be an interesting. Like, could I do that with this particular one, or do I have to wait until, like, darn if I know, because it doesn't say. But we do got to grab event 14. So I'm going to take a peek at it. It's event 526. The other one is 14. So if I had to do event 526, would that have helped me with this? Oh my gosh, so there's like a big long list of blah 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 blah. And so you're scrying. Oh yeah, look, they got all these weird symbols on them, see? So those weird symbols are used. You have to use that for a scry code. So the key will actually have a scry code on it. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I didn't understand what that meant. Yeah, that's a really complicated scry code thing. But that's good. That's good to understand. And then we're going to do event 14. So you need a scry, like a key that has an actual scry code on it to go to that guy. All right, I am going to refresh my drink. I'll be right back, and then we'll resolve this event. Okay, so Arydia is defeated. When he sees they cannot defeat you, Arydia sounds the retreat. He and the Puckles run into the tunnel. As Arydia flees, he yanks a rope and boulders begin falling from the cliff above. From behind the rocks, you hear Arydia yell at the Puckles, "Wait, where's my map?" In their haste to leave, the bandits left behind their ill-gotten gains. Gain all money on foe 18. Okay, gain all money on foe 18. Oh, that's right, because he could possibly steal money from you, but he didn't, so nothing really to talk about there. Then we get key 10. Oh, key 10 gets destroyed and event 18 gets destroyed. I don't know what either of those are, so key 10 is a bandit hideout thing that I guess I would have found out about, so that's gone. And then event 18 is gone. I didn't have key 10. I guess that's the reason why I'm so confused. We didn't have event 18 either. Oh, that's the bad guys below, the one that we just had. It said discard, and so, or index it, so I put it back away. Those jerks. Tell me to index it and then tell me to trash it. I would have just trashed it then. Okay, fair enough. So those are both done. Flip this card over and place on Big 8. And after looting the bandit's hideout, you stay the night here enjoying fire and food. So we're going to get to rest, draw a day card, all exiles replenish, shuffle travel deck, refresh travel tokens, and then banish the card. That's good. So we flip this over, and you can see it goes on. There is a downstairs. There's a key 13. Like, there's things to do. So after collecting both key 13 and the chest, then we do the quiet night. And there is... what's the deal with the downstairs then? Because it doesn't like... So what it's trying to tell us to do is this card would sit here like this. So see the little cave entrance? So it would sit like that. But what I don't understand is... Oh, I think this is just saying that this card just sits over the other one. They have all this iconography for when there's an upstairs and a downstairs. I think the upstairs and downstairs would use like an actual set of stairs. And then this one, of course, means something, and God only knows where it is in the rulebook, because I'm having trouble finding it. It's in the section where you're connecting the maps, and it's telling you... Here we go. So the symbol is this one right here. Place on top of the map you're exploring from, paying to the map, artwork, and alignment. Okay, yeah, that's all that means. All right. So we get key 13, and then we get to grab a treasure item. Let's do the key 13 first. That looks like the simpler one. Key 13. Boxes of herbs. This is the thing that NPC needs right there. This lady here, the herbologist. So if we come here and, you know, we're trying to give her some herbs. And I think what this is going to tell us to do is we're going to update that NPC with a different one. Keep this card until you find a card with the exact text of my shipment of herbs. Then draw event 9. So we're going to go back to her, draw event 9, and then we're good to go. And she's in the Fellsworn. Not the bandit or the regular village, but the Fellsworn. Okay, next thing, I still got to grab the treasure, but I'm just going to do this real quick. This is the sleep thing. We're going to get all of our stamina back, our health, our mana. This recovers, this recovers. This does not. Stamina back, health. Stamina, mana, health. These recover. Stamina, health, and the kit, the practice kit recovers. Okay. I know I'm a little ahead of myself, but the treasure thing is going to take me a while. So we're going to start with this person. We get one of these, and there's only 4 in here. So I'm not looking. I know you're seeing my hand, but I'm not. I'm just shuffling, and then I'm going to just grab this one. And what is it? It is the worst one out of all the ones. There was armor, there's a quiver, and a bow. All 3 of them we want. Instead, we get this piece of garbage. which is the upgraded knife, and we spent the $4 on the axe, so we don't even need the knife because this is like a dexterity one, and it only sells for 1 money. But I may do it, so I'm going to put it in my inventory here, and then we'll maybe sell that later. So that was a crappy draw. So let's do the purple one now. And this one's harder because I have smaller ones. So I'm trying to be mindful. Yeah, I'm going to have to roll. I can feel them. So what do we got here? We got upgraded traps, the upgraded dagger, the kunai, and the mask. So 3 of the 4 are must-haves. So 4 times 5 is 20. So 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15. You got the deal. I rolled a natural 20, so he gets the mask. And already had a cap, a scarred cap. So I'm going to have to put that in the inventory. And the mask is nice because it does protect for 2 damage. And everybody has a helmet. I can't even give it to another character because the helmet we're losing is an A, so any character can use it. And look, it's a really nice one too. It has 2. Actually, I'm going to give that to the cleric because the cleric, that's better than the one the cleric has. So the one the cleric has, see, it only absorbs 1 hit. This absorbs 2 hits. And then the cleric one, we'll just go ahead and sell that one later. That's a 1 coin item. So yeah, that's an upgraded helm, and that's really nice. Okay, next one. I got yellow and blue. Yes, blue and then yellow. Here we go. Oh, I gotta put these away. So there's only 3 more items in these chests. So we're not getting, I mean, these items aren't like, gosh darn, these are so awesome, you know. But there's only 3 left to be getting. So I do like that they're giving us rewards, though, and not making us play the whole game before we see these. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. It's 4 items. And they all look good. The torn hat is the only weird one because we have an old cape. Am I wearing the cape in the wrong spot? No. So we have a cape. Oh, that doesn't cover the helm. That covers the legs. I see. I see. I had the cape in the wrong spot. I was covering the head with that one. Don't worry. We didn't get any damage or anything. So nobody attacked there. But that does mean, though, that I can sell this for $1. This is a starter item for blue. And then, yeah, we got the same thing. The moldy ledger is the special one I was telling you about. We never use the sword. We do use this sometimes. So these 3 are the best. And, of course, we roll a 3 and we get the 1 we don't want. So it is an upgrade to the old sword, so we'll at least take it. And, yeah, so now he's got the upgraded sword and 2 things to sell. The moldy ledger would have been nice. Alright, then we have... This is the cleric. This is an upgraded helm, which we just took the one from the other character. The glowing cone would be nice. The tabard is a big upgrade. And this old kit is potentially a big upgrade. We don't have the ability to roll over 20 real easy. And we get the old kit. I mean, that is much nicer than the previous kit. It's just, you know, you have to roll over 20 before you get the benefit, and that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. So we just take the cubes off. This kit goes here for us to sell. Then we got a new kit, same as the old kit. right? What is that? A Talking Head song? And then there we go. And that's a minor action to use that, by the way. I may have broke the rules. I was using that kit to heal people, and I think I was using it like it was a free action. And that I did the boss battle a little bit off, but please forgive me for that. It was still been an easy kill because all he did was remove a shield from one of the pickles. Okay, and then that's it. Now we gotta leave because we do this quiet night thing, which I had already done. And after the quiet night thing is done, then this card gets trashed. And we're basically done. We got to go back to the herbologist and take care of that. So I'm basically at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.